It's not started yet. Okay, guys. That should be better. Test 1, 2, 3. Good evening. My first day on YouTube. Figuring this out as I go. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we'll try it and see. Okay, no, that's fine. And... how much of a delay is there? Yeah, that's right. Okay. There we go. Okay, good. No, it's not. It's not Frank's fault. Izzo. Good guess. But it is not his fault. It was my fault. It was totally my fault because I screwed up because There's a setting in OBS that you have to change. Basically, my bit rate was too high. My bit rate and resolution that I record my recorded videos at is higher than what you can live stream at in a reasonable manner. So, and I always change it. And for whatever reason, you can create scenes in OBS, and for some reason, that one thing doesn't change. So you have to go in and manually change it each time. So yeah, it was my fault. So, I'm not listening to you, Frank. I can hear you in the headphones down here, but I can't hear what you're saying, so I'm not listening to you. So okay. So thanks for bearing with me, guys. Good evening to everybody. We're going to talk about APRS tonight. Special shout out to the folks in green text, YouTube channel members. 45 Auto was in there earlier. Cooley, Don, you guys have switched over. This is the new chat. GP Mech 7. Good evening. Jim, KC9 USB. Jerry, Chad, KJ5GKK, several other guys in there. There we go. Jeff, AA4BC. And my wife is in the chat. Ham Radio Crusaders in the chat. Good evening, Freddie Mac. Freddie Mac broke 9,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel just recently. Saw a message on that on Discord. So, yeah, you guys go check out Ham Radio Crusader if you're not a... I'd like to do a live stream. We're not going to do that tonight. I'd like to do a live stream. Say, let's get Freddie Mac to 10,000 subs. So I might let him get a little bit closer on his own and see if we can hammer him, something like that, get him on a live stream. Would y'all be interested in that? Let me know in the comments. Sounds like a fun live stream to me. All right, so we're going to do a thing, and then we're going to do another thing. So thank you to those of you who signed up on my email list. Those of you who are on my email list, you already got the email saying I had a few more mystery boxes in the works. These are the one-off mystery boxes. I've got some November, all the October boxes sold out. I've got a few November boxes left. I will have more November boxes come up in a week or two or something like that, these one-off boxes. But I had 10 or 12 of them, I think, and most of them are gone. There's a few left. But the mystery boxes, the November subscription box between this Technician General and Extra is just about to, those will renew around November 5th, and they will start to ship around probably right about that time, actually, because I've got most all the stuff in. I know exactly what I'm putting in them. You guys are going to get some really cool stuff this month. So thank you for being a part of that. And, yeah, go sign up there. Plenty of those to go around. Just go to shop.hamradio2.com or grapevineamateurradio.com. Click on mystery boxes there at the front. Choose the level that you want. And Frank's going to ask me about this, so I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it, Frank. You can hear me. Okay, because Tank Radio pint glasses are up on the website too with the green glow at the bottom of them. It doesn't glow, but it is green colored down there. So those are a limited time deal. Once he sells enough of those, he's going to pull those down, so those are up there too. So he's going to want me to talk about that. And that's where that is. So tonight we're going to be talking about APRS. And if you, let's see, let me go here. I have, why is that not working? Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. So I have this running on the desk right here. This is my iGate Mini, APRS iGate from CSN Technologies. And we're going to talk about them a little bit. Because, why is that screen not, okay, I got a screen that's not working. Another screen that's not working. So let me figure that out real quick. Zoom, Chrome. That's why. There it is right there. Okay, so iGateMini.com is this website right here. He creates the SAT tracker that you guys might have seen before. And he's creating now this iGate Mini, and we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to do some APRS messaging tonight. I'm on an inside antenna right here with the overhead. This is just on a little antenna right here right now, so you might hear a buzzing in the stream, but I'm about to connect it to my outside antenna. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get these guys on with us, and we're going to talk with Frank is in the background because I've been talking to him, and Zoom meeting right here. There we go. And I'm going to unmute you guys. And good evening. How is everyone tonight?
Hey, good evening, man. We don't have a video feed for you.
I can fix that. How's that right there?
There it is.
Better.
There it is. Yeah, that's just feeding to you guys, not to YouTube. But yeah.
Yep.
Yep. There we go. All right. So Jim bought us 5 Ham Radio 2.0 gift memberships. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate those of you who clicked on that. So yeah, we're going to be talking about APRS. So one of the most popular, if you saw my email, one of the most popular videos of my 30 Days of Ham Radio series was the APRS. Jason and I got together, and I did a bunch of it on my own, and I brought him on. We did an interview part thing on Zoom, and that was a 41-minute video. It was the longest video of the series, and 41 minutes is about twice as long, a little bit more than twice as long as what a normal video is on the channel. But the 30 Days of Ham Radio videos were all about, I don't know, 8 to 10 to 12. Maybe some of them were closer to 15 minutes, but none of them were more than I think maybe one of them was like, well, you know what? The VHF contest station, I think, was about a half hour. But the 41-minute APRS video was definitely the longest one of the series, and it was it had a lot of watch time. I mean, even though it was longer video than what most people like to watch on YouTube, it got a lot of watch time, got a lot of really good comments on it. So APRS is a very popular thing, no matter what some other YouTubers in Texas might tell you. So I'm not naming any names here, you know. But come on, so
MRD.
Yeah.
I said I wasn't going to name any names. You guys talk about who you want to. I don't care. But yeah, so but yeah, APRS is a thing. I've had a lot of fun with it. This if I can switch my view here, this overhead. I'm sorry, this overhead. I'm looking at the wrong thing. This iGate Mini that's right here. I was having trouble with it. It seemed to be working fine, and then I was for whatever reason I was having trouble being able to send messages with it, and got on the phone with Mike, creator of it, the other day, and we got that worked out, so it's all good now, and it is working just fine. So I'm going to plug that up to trying to get it to where you guys can see it here. Here we go. So we're going to plug this up right here. I 3D printed this case. You guys should be proud of me.
Ooh.
I 3D printed this case. It's got these little pins in the back of it here that, for whatever reason, they don't kind of stay in by themselves. So I got some Elmer's glue and just kind of glued them down in there. I don't know if there's like a specific glue to glue 3D printed parts or whatnot, but I don't know. I just put a little tiny little drop of Elmer's glue underneath the pins and put them down in there. So they're in there now.
Elmer's glue.
This
Gorilla glue.
I love it.
Gorilla glue.
Yeah.
Gorilla glue. You know, I ran out of Gorilla glue. I had a tube of it that I had in my toolbox, and I ran out of it, and I haven't replaced it yet, and I should. But I just used little Elmer's glue. The Elmer's might come apart. This is Pet G. A lot of the stuff I've been printing lately has been in PLA, because I've got some really cool colors of PLA that I picked up from Gigaparts and from Amazon. But this is Pet G, and this is actually this is the second. I printed a case, and I lost these pins, so I zip-tied it together, and I put it in the truck. And it's been in the truck for the last month, something like that. So it's been in some heat, not July Texas heat, not yet. But I wanted Pet G because it is going to be living in the truck. So I printed this brand new case today, put the buttons back in it, put it all together the way it should have been, and it's going back in the truck. So this is the unit that will be riding in the truck with me when I go to Hamfests, when I'm on road trips, when I go to wherever, and it's been once we got the and I got a question for you, Jason, because I'm going to tell you how we fixed it, and I'm going to ask you. There it goes. I'm going to ask you what you think about that. But yeah, you guys can't see the screen's a little washed out right here, but right there it says the IP address. So it's powered by USB-C right here. It's on this external antenna right here. It's on this little antenna right now. I'm about to plug it up to my external antenna. This is a GPS. Comes with a GPS dongle. I've got that run high up over there. It says locked on the screen right there, which means it's locked into GPS. And then it says uptime, and it says the firmware version, and then it gives you an IP address right there. So it's very easy to pull it up in a Chrome window. And when we do, that is what it looks like right there. And you can go in here and do all kinds of stuff with it. You can find...
Now, Jason, do you have to have a physical connection to it, or can you do that same thing over Wi-Fi?
Explain that. It's over Wi-Fi now.
Oh, it is. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was confused. I thought the cable you had connected was a USB cable to the computer.
No, I'm sorry. I should have explained that. No, the USB cable that's connected to it now is just for power.
Okay.
It is connected via Wi-Fi right now. It is serving. It was connected to my router. I opened up with the screen you see on OBS and Zoom right now is the web browser with the IP address typed into it, and this is what the unit looks like in the web browser. So you can go in here and you can scroll down here. You can. I created an object, and I put an object up for the Belton Ham Expo that we had here locally 2 or 3 weekends ago. So I did an object because Jason doesn't like it when we just use APRS for beaconing. so I created an object that was kind of, you could do that from the software. It was kind of fun. I can send messages directly from this software. There's a message. You can message people directly from it. The SSID for my iGate is -2. It's running as KC5HWB-2. I do have ambiguity on, and you can go in here and I can turn if I go into settings right here. Okay, you can tell it to. You can set your SSID. Obviously, it's wide 1-1, and you can tell it to beacon. It's kind of small on the screen right here, but this middle section right here for routing, okay, says RFN send to, and you can choose RF or internet, and I can toggle that off and on, okay. It says internet in send to RF. So in other words, if I get a message from the internet, I will receive it it'll beacon it via RF from the iGate, and if I'm listening on my mobile radio or my HT, I'll get it. If I'm not looking at the iGate screen, I will still see it because it's beaconing via RF. It beacons to RF and or internet. You can turn each one of those off or on. And it messages to RF or internet. You can turn one of those off and on. And telemetry, it says send to RF internet. And for whatever reason, telemetry to RF was off, so I just left that off. But I will receive telemetry. It'll send telemetry to the internet over APRS.FI. But not via RF. So, and you can mess around with this. Require GPS. You can change the frequency over there at the top right. 144.39, of course, is where we are. I don't think this is a multi-band unit in here. I forgot to ask him about that. I was going to ask him. I was like, I wonder if this would work on like 440. I could set up my own 440 and just be. Because part of the problem with APRS routing is that everyone's on the same simplex frequency for 2 meters. So sometimes when you send a message, it collides with other messages or other traffic, and sometimes it won't send. That's why
we had that problem in Huntsville.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. With all the traffic in Huntsville. So I have actually run in the past. I have actually run APRS on 220. A buddy of mine, Kent, one of my good friends out here, we got on and we started running APRS on like 223.600 or something like that. I don't remember where it was. 222.500, something like that. I don't remember where it was. This was several years ago. And we were sending APRS messages back and forth via 220 easily. And that was, of course, nobody else could hear us, and we couldn't hear anybody else. We were just on our own little APRS thing, which is totally legit to do. But if you were to take like hey, there he is. Mike's in the chat. CSN Technologies. Good evening. So it's not multiband. I didn't think it was, but you could totally take like a 220 or 440 radio and connect like something like a Raspberry Pi running Direwolf or something similar, and pipe it to the internet so that you were running 220, but it was still receiving messages to APRS.FI. And you could kind of roundabout do that if you wanted to, and then you wouldn't be colliding with a bunch of other traffic in a high if you live in a high congested area, you wouldn't be colliding with a bunch of other traffic. So, and you can do it over HF too. In fact, I'm going to get Jason to talk about that. He's been doing some HF on 220 recently, HF on APRS recently, and too many things here. But yeah, so there's a lot of really cool stuff you can do with this. I have not tapped into all of it yet, but once we got it working with messaging, it was it's been working great. It's been working just absolutely great. So
question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
What paths will it answer and digipeat?
That'd be a question for Mike in the chat, I think. You mean these paths here, the wide 1-1?
I think that's what's going out, but what paths will it digipeat? You really want to limit that to only digipeat wide 1-1 because you're basically a fill-in digi.
Right. Yeah, and it came default. It came to both of the path. There's two fields for path, and usually it's on a radio. It'd be wide 1-1 and wide 2-1, right? It came default as both of those fields as wide 1-1, and I haven't changed that. That's a default setting. So that's a good question.
So you're going to have a beacon going out. That is acceptable if you have that at 1-1-2-1. That wouldn't be an issue. But what it hears, it should only digipeat a wide 1-1 path.
Gotcha. Okay.
Does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying. I don't know the answer to your question though, because I haven't dug that deep into it.
Okay.
So that's a good question. Maybe Mike will pop up in the chat here in a minute and let us know.
A quick question from Colin. What unit are you using one more time?
What unit?
Yeah, what you're running this on?
It's its own unit.
An iGate Mini.
This is iGate. Yeah. This is an iGate Mini.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, this is an iGate Mini right here. This is its own self-contained unit. This is USB-C powered, and it's connected via Wi-Fi to my home network right now. And there's a lot of people messaging me now. I see all you guys on there. So as soon as I plug up this thing to I set up my GP9 today, which I haven't had running in several years. So as soon as I connect this to my outside antenna, it's going to explode. So I was running it inside. I was messaging Mike, and I was like, hey, what about this and what about this? He's like, man, plug it up to an outside antenna. I'm like, oh, okay. So I put it on a mag mount on my truck, and it just opened wide up. It was
That's awesome.
There it is right there.
What's the power output?
I don't know. I mean, if you go to iGateMini.com, you can read up all the specs about it. It's right here. And a lot of your questions can be answered right there. I don't know all the nitty-gritty details of it. I mean, it's on a Raspberry Pi, so it's going to be microwatts, right?
Is that a Pi Zero then?
No, it's the size of a regular Pi board. Okay. I don't know if it's a 4 or 5, but it's
looks
not
a little
Pi Zero.
Small.
All right, the developer says 1 watt.
He says 1 watt. Okay, so 1 watt. There you go. But no, it's the size of a Raspberry Pi. Okay, it's the size of Raspberry Pi.
The shot was deceptive.
Yeah. Yeah. One bot, but you can add an amp. Sure you can. Why not? I don't know. You might, yeah, I don't know if I'd want to add an amp. The main reason I got this was not to be I'm not going to put this on a tall tower or on a, on a building high up with a big antenna running a bunch of power, digipeating for a wide area. I got this to use APRS on road trips, quite frankly, because...
Hi, I'm Frank.
Because when you get in, like, I went to Colorado twice this year. And there are places, and last year we went to Yellowstone. The year before that we went to Grand Canyon. And I don't care what all the Starlink and the cell phone guys tell you, there are dead spots out there. So when you are in a dead spot, you don't have cell reception, you don't have internet, and no, you won't be able to send APRS packets to the internet if you have no cell signal, okay? But you can digipeat them. And you can keep up with, all those trips I just mentioned. I was with people, and we could totally have. In fact, Jason carries a digipeater with him when he goes places. So, and he's used it on the mountain a couple of times in Huntsville. So that now I have that option to go into the, and it actually kind of works pretty good on Starlink. You get out to your campsite and you're like, well, national park, they don't have any cell service, but you set up Starlink at a campsite and it's going to work most of the time. And then you can connect the iGate to Starlink, and then you've got an APRS gateway right there with you. And that's why I wanted it. I wanted a portable APRS gateway. I want a portable WinLink gateway. Don't tell the WinLink guys because they don't like that for some reason. But this one is just APRS. So and hunting season in Texas starts in about 2 weeks, and guess what? Boondocking, RV, battery power, solar, Starlink and APRS iGate, among other things, are going to be set up at the hunting lease starting in a couple weeks. So yeah, somebody said Starlink and Wi-Fi on the iGate Mini. Yeah, that's it. So that's what we're gonna do. So okay, so Jason, did you have something else to say?
No.
Okay, I thought you were.
There was another question.
Go ahead, Frank.
Is this only going to work? And I know the answer, but is this going to only work for APRS digital mode, or can it work with an analog?
This is only analog. This is only analog.
Well, I'm sorry, a APRS signal.
It's only analog. It is not. Okay, so I'm going to explain real quick the difference between APRS analog and APRS digital. Jason, if I say something wrong, feel free to correct me. Okay. APRS, and so it's a digital signal. Let's leave that aside for the moment, okay? You can take an analog radio, a Baofeng. I'm using my BTEC UV Pro here, okay? This is an analog radio. It does not do DMR, D-Star Fusion, any digital voice modes. It is an analog radio. It beacons APRS, same as a Yaesu FT3, FT5, which does do fusion, but forget that for the moment, okay? Kenwood D75 does D-Star. Forget that for the moment. These radios will beacon APRS on 144.39 in an analog capacity. And yeah, it's a digital signal, but it's not digital voice. It's not over DMR. A DMR radio, and perhaps a D-Star radio, I'm not familiar with D-Star as much, but a DMR, and your DMR hotspot, your Pi Stars and your open spots, they will beacon APRS because they have an internet connection already. And you can go in there and you can tell them to use GPS, the ones that have GPS, or you can manually set a location, a GPS location. A lot of times they use the Wi-Fi network that they're connected to get a location setting, okay? But you can go in there and change that. You can tell it use this manual location, whatever. It sends APRS traffic to APRS.FI over the internet because it's already connected to the internet. There's no analog signal being received or beaconed from a Pi Star unit or a DMR repeater that's connected to the internet. But this unit is sending and receiving traffic over the internet, yes, but also an analog, over the analog 144.39, if I'm explaining this correctly. It's doing it so that my analog radio, which is running, I've got APRS Droid running on my phone right now, connected via Bluetooth TNC to this analog radio. So my analog radio is both sending and receiving traffic from this iGate over 144.39 in analog. It's not using digital voice, DMR, D-Star at all. Okay, so one of the things that I've talked to Bob at RFinder about, and the RFinder uses a SIM card or Wi-Fi, and it'll send your APRS position over the internet to APRS.fi because the RFinder device has an internet connection on the phone. Okay, and I'm like, you need to add, but it also has a legit analog dual band radio that you can do analog 2 meters and 70 centimeters two-way traffic on. And I told him, I was like, you need to add analog APRS. Forget DMR. Forget the internet connection. You need to be able to beacon an APRS signal so that if Frank and I were standing next to each other in a parking lot at a ham fest, and I could send a message from my radio and it goes straight to Frank, and there's no internet involved at all. And he can reply back to a message. And I can beacon, and Frank will see me on his radio, and I'll see him on my radio. Okay? And we can do the APRS thing over analog with no internet at all. So a Pi-Star and a open spot and a DMR repeater that has an internet connection, they can't do this. They need an internet connection to send APRS to APRS.fi. But APRS will work completely independent of the internet. It won't go to, you won't see it on APRS.fi, obviously, but it works on as a standalone, just like a simplex analog radio will. So let me know if I said something confusing to somebody. I don't know.
I think maybe a clearer way to say it, APRS is a digital packet mode running on standard FM radio.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's obviously, yeah. Okay, that's good. I like that. I like that. Digital packet mode.
Perfect.
Okay.
I think you covered the question well.
Good. Yeah. Hopefully I explained it correctly. I call it analog APRS because people are like, why? APRS is digital. I'm like, well, yeah, packet radio is technically digital, but it's working over FM, which FM is what I call an analog mode. Like it's not working over C4 FM or D-Star. It's working over FM. And you can add a Mobi-linked TNC4 or a DigiRig. You can add these external modem devices to any analog radio and turn it on FM 144.39 and create an APRS radio out of it. You don't need DMR or a digital voice mode to use it correctly. And that's my point. I'm talking too much. My throat is dry. All right, go ahead. Frank, anything else?
No, not at this moment, but I am watching the chat, and you know what? Right. Saw that big beer. I'm going to pour myself some whiskey and let you two get back at it as I am looking for any questions.
So it's coming into pumpkin beer season, and I've got my Southern Tier Warlock that I can no longer get in Texas.
Oof.
And I've got a contact in Discord, and I hit him up the other day. I'm like, dude, can you see if he goes? Yeah, I'll go check. So if anyone has access to Southern Tier Warlock and/or Pumpkin is their light beer, Warlock is their stout, hit me up. Let's do some trading. Let's do some bartering for it. So, all right, I'm going to switch. I'm going to take this thing offline and move it over here so I can plug it into my external antenna. Jason, let me tell you what I did to get this packet to work because I thought this was a little bit weird. So, so I was seeing all this stuff on the iGate. Was seeing there's a lot of. I live basically halfway between Dallas and Fort Worth. There was a lot of activity. There's always a lot of activity in this area, so I'm always seeing a lot of stuff. And I was sending messages, and I was not getting it to work. And I could get it to work from my mobile radio because I was hitting a local iGate / Digipeater over here. So I get online with Mike from CSN the other day. A couple nights ago, I think it was, and he's like, okay, well, because I was like, does this not work with APRS Droid? Because it seemed to work with my Yaesu radio, but when I was bumbling through the FTM 500 menus, and it seemed to be working with that, but I couldn't get it to work with APRS Droid, and he was concerned that it was being desensed, and we figured out that was not the case. And then, so he went and bought a UV Pro. He's like, let me go get your same radio you've got. He might have got the VGC version, whatever. And he did some testing. And he texted me like a couple days later, and he's like, hey, change it to narrowband. Change your channel, your saved channel inside of the UV Pro to narrowband, which I did. And there's a setting in the menu that says de-emphasis or emphasis / de-emphasis, and it was switched on. So I switched that off. He's like, turn that off. I'm like, okay. And then like 2 hours later, he texted me. He's like, actually, I think it's because it needs to be narrowband. And I'm like, okay. And I did both of those things. I switched the de-emphasis off, and I changed it to narrowband 12.5 kilohertz. And it worked great. But
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting because it worked great on local. I can drive across town and hit an iGate that's here locally, one of the big tall iGates in the area, and it worked fine before changing those settings. So there's something specific to this iGate Mini that why it requires those settings, I guess. But ever since I changed that, it's working.
Another thing, you're not sitting on top of those big wide area gateway or digipeaters, and you're probably sitting right there next to that iGate Mini.
I tried it. So the iGate Mini, I was most of the time, but I tried it with a distance too. Like I would go in the house or go upstairs, or when I was at the Beltonham Expo a couple weekends ago, I left it running in the truck, and I'd walk clear across the parking lot or walk inside the building several, 150 yards away, and it still wouldn't. I mean, I got out of range because I'm just using a 5 watt HT. I got out of range of the of the iGate where I couldn't hear it anymore and I couldn't hit it anymore, and it still, so I'd get back into range, barely in range, and I still couldn't get it to work.
All right.
So I don't know why that made a difference, but that is that's what fixed it. So fixed it, I guess, or that's what got it to work. So. All right, I plugged it back in. Now we're on the GP9. I'm going to watch this thing. This thing's going to light up here in a minute. Watch. All right, so you can see up here in the top right, it says live, but it's in red. And then message, it says connecting in yellow there on the right column. So it's rebooting right now. There it is. It's up. It boots up pretty quick. There it goes. Okay, so now the live at the top right is turned green. And we should see some stuff light up here in a second. Yep, it's got, yep. Oh, okay, it's waiting for a GPS locked. GPS says unlocked. So it takes it a minute or two to do that.
Don has a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Does it tell you that you have a message waiting for you?
Yeah, yes. You mean the iGate? So you can do it with two ways. Okay, you can send messages directly to and from the iGate, KC5 HWB-2. But generally speaking, I'm not looking at that. Generally speaking, I'm using my -7, which is APRS Droid running connected to my UV Pro here. So I am sending messages back and forth from -7. But yes, you can. Yeah, it'll tell you if there's a message waiting on -2, and you can totally do that.
Yeah, if you message my -2, which is my digipeater, I guarantee you I will never see that message.
Right.
I never look at that unless something is wrong.
Right. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I did when last time we were in Huntsville. I messaged Steve Molo, KI4WKR, whatever his call sign is. He has a he has a -2 running. So I sent him a message. You see it's going nuts now. So he has a -2, and I sent him a message, and he never got it. And I texted him a couple days after that. I was like, "Hey, did you ever?" He's like, "Oh no, that's my again. I never look at that." It's like, okay.
Okay. Hey, by the way. That's what I'm using for APRS right now.
Yep.
And no, I have not lost my marbles.
Yeah, so Jason's got APRS working over a Meshtastic device. And it is, that's the newest video on your channel, right?
Yeah, that one dropped Tuesday or Friday. It was the last video.
Yeah. Does it store messages for anyone or only for Jason? What are you talking about, store messages, Don?
Yeah, that's the second time.
Like a store and forward type? I don't think there's a store and forward type thing hooked up to it that I'm aware of. Like there's
if it's set up as a digipeater, it would digipeat messages for anybody. So if I was near your truck and it heard me, then if somebody sent me a message, it would come through your digipeater and it would digipeat it to my HT.
That's correct. Yes, it will digipeat messages and iGate messages for anyone who is close within range of it. But it does not have a store and forward, Dawn, if you're asked, because there are services you can get, or maybe devices you can get that will do store and forward for APRS messages. There's guys messing around with that type of thing, but this does not do it to my knowledge.
NA7Q is running a store and forward service on APRS. You address the message to mail. I believe the syntax is you put at and the call sign, a space, and then the message, and it will store that message until that operator comes back online next.
Oh, he's the one who runs that?
Yeah.
Okay. For whatever reason, I'm not getting a GPS lock, and I haven't moved the GPS antenna. It's still up there. I'll give it a few more minutes. I might reboot it. We'll see. So NA7Q is, I'm running his version of APRS Droid, and he's got a couple of added features to that. He's also the guy who's running that SMS service right now.
Yes.
And the SMS, I went and tinkered with that yesterday. I was messing around with this iGate, and I set the iGate up next to. I haven't run it in the truck, and I was in the house, and I'm like, okay, now that I know this is working, I was sending messages to and from myself. I would send an APRS message to my phone number, and my phone would get it, and then I would reply from my phone in APRS Droid, which also is on my phone. So I was sending messages between apps on my phone, but it was going over APRS.
So you're saying you were talking to yourself?
I was talking to myself. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. Yeah, I don't apologize for that either. But Jason and I were messing with that during my 30 days of ham radio. We were messing with it, and like the next day, I sent him a message. What did it say? Like 102 or something like that. I said, I just pocket dialed you with APRS. I bet you've never done that before. Pocket dialed APRS message. That's what you need, right? So yeah, it's not getting a GPS locked. So
that shouldn't impact your message receiving and sending messages.
Probably not. I mean, it's So okay, let me try to. So Mike had asked a minute ago, what's your call sign for this? So the call sign on the iGate is once again KC5HWB-2. And then on my HT here, it is -7. KC5HWB-7. So I've got APRS Droid running on my phone, which is connected via Bluetooth to this UV Pro.
Does that have a message screen, that iGate Mini?
It does not. No. No, it has a screen that gives you that info I said a minute ago, but as far as I know, it does not. It doesn't have any other screen other than that.
Okay.
You have to go into the web browser, which is what we're looking at right now to see the messages. Okay. I don't know why it's showing up 3 times in there, but hello from Lakeland, Florida. Hey, Jason, I got KO4PDI-1. Hey, Jason, I got you. Yep, okay. So now I'm starting to see messages on my phone. Yep. KO4PDI-1, W4JFS-10, K9CMP-11. I see them on the iGate because the iGate's passing traffic to my radio, and I also see them on the phone. So I'm seeing them. But generally speaking, I'm not watching the iGate screen. It's just running, and then I'll see them on the phone. I don't know why it's showing up 3 times on the screen there, but there you go. K9CMP, hey, K5YVY. Hello from YVY. Goofball. This is not Clubhouse, sir.
Felt like it at the beginning.
It kind of, yeah. There we go. I'm going to send him a message back. So this isn't Clubhouse. You can see the message right there. So KC5HWB-7 to K5YVY-1. -1's, you're not supposed to be running -1, dude. This isn't Clubhouse, is the message I sent him. So I got an acknowledgement from my radio. AC2MI, he's one of the developers that works with CSN Technologies. AC2MI, he was on the Zoom call with us. He says not first. Let's see. Has Ape tested iGate for harmonics? N5SKT says. Watching y'all on YouTube. First time trying to message on APRS from KQ4WTG.
Sounds like you made it.
Says, yeah. Howdy from East Tennessee, KQ4QCJ. Testing from Huntsville, W4HBO.
Cool.
Testing from Huntsville again. That's another message from him. K5YVY says, ha ha ha. It's a lot faster to just read it right here on the iGate screen because it's all showing up on my phone also. So it's my phone's buzzing away, and you'll probably hear that.
I totally forgot how to turn it on this. I was going to try to send you a message.
You probably. I don't think there's an iGate close enough to you for an HT, Frank.
Yeah,
but you can try it and see.
I was going to try it, but I completely forgot how to turn it on. When it was on in Huntsville, and I was really enjoying it, but I couldn't key the radio and talk to someone because there was so much digital traffic. I switched it off, and I haven't messed with it since. Because I muted the digital noise, right. but it was just constantly receiving that on the second radio that I couldn't utilize it.
Yeah, what I have found is that I've been carrying this UV Pro with me connected to APRS Droid almost just about every day since Huntsville, since we were messing with it up there. There's KD5FMU, ham on y'all, he says. And I've noticed, you know what, I don't run anything. I have this UV Pro running on a channel that I just call APRS, and it's on. I've got dual watch turned off, so it's just the one channel, and that's all I use it for. Because I've noticed that if you're running APRS Droid, it's not smart enough to know that you are or are not on the APRS frequency. You can go in if you're using the native APRS soft menus and software on the radio and tell it only use channel 30. Or only use channel 1 or something like that, or only use the bottom band. You can do that in the radio. But if you're running APRS Droid connected via TNC, the radio doesn't know what you're doing. So it's just going to beacon at whatever frequency it's on. So I just let mine run APRS, and I don't use it for anything else. So I ended up carrying two radios. If I want to monitor 146.52 or talk on a repeater, I ended up having my UV Pro running APRS and some other HT with me. So, but oh well, that's just kind of how it is. Maybe one day I can figure out how to set it up in a way that you can tell it to listen to 146.52 on the top band, but only connect to APRS Droid on the bottom band or something like that. And if there's a way to do that, I don't know how to do it.
Don is trying to hack you. He said he sent an APRS message to Jason with Linux commands.
Well, whatever works, man. Let's see. So, KE2DYL, hello from New York City. K3LAG, enjoying the stream. K3JRZ, oh, Jeff. Good evening, Jeff. I saw you in there earlier. Hello from Dr. Greg, AI5HV, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Great YouTube channel. I will be in Broken Arrow next week.
What?
Yeah. I asked you to take my stream for me next week, Frank. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't you talk about that? You got a plan for that, don't you?
Yes, I do. Coming up next Sunday, I finally got an answer back from Steve, Alpha Antenna Steve. He's going to be coming on my live stream, and we're going to be talking about multiple different setups for his MCOM 160 meter to I forgot the bottom end. I think it's 10 meter antenna. There is many different ways he recommends setting that antenna up, and we're going to be talking about the pros. We're going to be talking about the cons of each setup, and we're going to probably try to figure out which one I should do permanently in my background or my backyard. That thing back there. So it's going to be fun.
We got a spammer in the chat.
Oh no! I allowed it. I allowed it.
Turn that off, man. Come on, what's wrong with you?
I can't do it in this pop-up window. That's why.
Those pop-up windows suck, man. I don't know what the deal is with that. They don't give you all the menus and whatnot. So,
I gotta go in there. I'm gonna fix it here in a second. But I can't wait till that to next Sunday. It's gonna be a blast, and it's gonna be fun.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad you got him going.
Thank you. Whoever nuked that.
I did.
It says ACK on my screen.
Oh, okay.
I nuked one of them.
And I got another one. But that's coming up. And tomorrow it is the continuation of building my ham stick counterpoise system, where I'm building counterpoises for a ham stick so I can build a non-intrusive system that you can go out to any national park and set up and play radio on a table or anywhere, because we're not breaking the ground. We're not putting anything in the tree. We're not throwing anything into the tree. We are just setting stuff up on the ground, and you don't have to use a car. And you can comply with all that. I got to go out and film it again because I failed and I forgot the tripod for it.
Yeah, good.
Oh, that's pretty cool. They say in the chat that they're working on a full-fledged API for the iGate Mini.
Oh, that's fun.
So what is that? Nice. So what will that enable? I know what an API is, but what is?
Just leave that to me and Tank.
Okay.
Yes.
No, it'll allow you to use other software to interact with it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So you'll be able to connect like Yak or something, or APRS Droid.
Or you could have a piece of software that generated a packet and just sent it over the API to be forwarded out.
Gotcha. Okay.
It'll depend on what all they open up in the API. But that's still kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's something they're making updates and progress and adding new features to it, so that's always good. So tell us about how you're doing APRS over HF, Jason. I'm curious about that myself.
Using Vara HF and Yak, and then the Yaesu radio in the truck. So the 891 connected up to the ATOS. It is a cumbersome setup the way I did it the first time, but it worked great. Okay. So, but my setup required a laptop plus the DigiRig plus the radio, and then making sure everything stayed up and running. So
I know
I've tried it. I've tried it multiple times. I was up at my daughter's house, which there's nowhere there's not a digipeater anywhere near her. Okay. And I ran APRS over HF the entire time I was there, and sent messages, received messages, beacon. It worked great.
Are you what radio were you connecting with it?
The Yaesu 891 while I was traveling, and the 705 once we got there.
So you were doing a QRP then?
Yeah. Well, after I got there, I was just running 10 watts.
Yeah.
But no issues being heard, and that's around the clock on 40 meters. During the day, I would get into Michigan, and overnight, I might be getting into Washington State because there's not a whole lot of digipeaters or gateways on HF.
Yeah.
Maybe 6 of them, 8 of them tops. But still on 40 meters, you can get into it around the clock.
Gotcha.
How can I ask how you did the APRS over Meshtastic? Did you use a Pi or anything? Because I know they do have some Raspberry Pis that are able to run Meshtastic on, especially the new what is it? Not Hacker 5. Spec 5 has the new something that is a APRS. It's not Delta. What is? It's running.
I can't remember which model, but this is a project.
Spike. It's a Spike.
Yeah, this is just a project on GitHub called APRS Tastic. I'm running it on a Pi Zero 2W and a Heltec V3 that doesn't even have a battery. I just plugged it in USB port, which gives it its power, and that APRS Tastic software hears the messages once this device is registered. It hears the messages, sends it out over the internet. When it comes back over the internet, hits that Heltec, and gives it to me on this one over RF.
Nice.
So,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and Frank, if you watch the video I put out, it's literally, you could have it set up and running in an hour.
Oh, that's easy.
So Spec 5 has a device with it built in already?
Yeah, the new Spec 5 Strike. It is a Raspberry Pi with a full keyboard, and there's a option where you can also get it with a the OS loaded on a SD card, and it comes in many different colors, and it's pretty cool. They offered me to a quick demo unit for a while, and I said, you know what? I don't have the time right now to do it justice. But
I gotta follow up with Daniel because he and I were working on something, and then I started 30 Days of Ham Radio, and I didn't reply to messages for like a month. But
hey, Tank, do you know if that will interface with APRS the way they've got it out of the box?
Don't know.
Okay.
Huh. I don't know. It's mostly built and tailored for Meshtastic. So if you can figure out how to get that on a antenna, then sure.
The link in the description for the device is wrong. What link in the not yours, Frank.
Oh.
Link in the description. That's because we restarted the stream, Don. When we had that hiccup and we restarted the stream. So I am going to when the live stream ends, I will go back and fix all that, including the thumbnail and all that stuff. So,
I do want some more time, Jason, and I can start playing with this stuff and coding and trying to do cool stuff again.
Mm-hmm.
But new jobs.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah. Well, Daniel had texted me a couple months ago and asked me about something, which I'm not going to reveal what it is yet. And I was like, yeah, I can work with you on that. And then September happened for me, and I just kind of lost track of everything. But I need to follow up with him on that. So I want to get one of those units that TO had in Colorado that has the solar panel and the magnets on it. And I want to take the magnets off of it and put T-channel nuts on it and bolt it to my roof rack on the truck. And that I'm going to have that as my mobile Meshtastic node. I want to do that. And I just haven't followed up with him yet. So, but that's where that is. So
nice.
Yep. So yeah, and the triple messages, I don't know what that was about. Maybe because I moved it. I don't know. It does have a GPS lock now. We're good there. In fact, you can see over there on the right-hand side of the screen, it says it's connected to 7 satellites, or it's seeing 7 satellites right now. I just rebooted it. If you go in here to settings, down here at the bottom, you can't see it at the screen. If I roll the screen, yeah, there we go. iGate Mini, you can get to the manual, view change log, backup settings, update firmware. When they come out with firmware, you just click on update firmware and download the file from their website and just load it right in here manually, and you're done. It's easy. Factory reset, I don't know why you'd want to do that unless you were selling it. Reboot, save, and close. I did confirm with them that pulling the power from the device does not hurt the device. So if you want to just unplug it and move it somewhere, supposedly that, because I'm always leery of just pulling the power from a Raspberry Pi device because, Pi-Star doesn't like that. But they claim that pulling the power from it, because I was like, where's the graceful shutdown? It has a reboot button down here, but not a graceful shutdown. And they say you don't need it. So, but yeah, now the triple message thing is gone. So I've got K9DLO, KQ4RTB, KZ4IT, W0JW. Have you heard of, is it CATS? That might be a question for you, Jason.
What?
Have you heard of CATS, a possible replacement for AX25?
I have not.
I've never heard of that either. CATS. That either says CATS or CAT5. It might say not CAT5, I don't think. I think it's CATS. It's all caps, so I assume that's an acronym for something.
I didn't see that question. Don's asking you for
no,
the
that's
3D case
I
file.
got that question through an APRS message.
Well,
he's asking for what? Yeah.
The file for the 3D printed case you did.
Oh, yeah. So they sent me that as well. Hold on, let me find it. Hold on a second. I'll find it. It's on I think it's on Maker World. Hold on.
We're holding.
Any other questions?
Oh, I'm scrolling through here. I was looking for that other one.
Which one?
The one you just read, but you answered. I don't see anything popping out at the moment.
Okay.
Other than we smashed and I hammered that spammer.
Yeah, I saw that. Prepan Paul was quick on the draw on that one as well. So, all right, here we go for that. So this is the created by Mark Hale. And put a link in the chat right now for that case. This is what they sent me. CSN sent me this. Yeah. And I've just got, and it prints, it has little buttons down there. He printed them a different color. Like I said, I printed mine in PETG because I knew I was going to leave it in the truck. I don't have any problems with leaving PETG in the truck. It works great. But some stuff there, but that's it. And it prints in like 45 minutes. It's pretty quick.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so what else? I'm seeing all these messages you guys are sending. N1XWS, WA2NDV.
So I got a question. If you do APRS messaging simplex, can that count as a POTA contact?
It certainly should. I mean, obviously, you'd have to be in range of someone. Yeah, that'd be like making. That would be like making a FM simplex contact.
Yeah, and that's valid.
Yeah, that's a valid contact. So it certainly should. I don't know if that's a mode that they have listed on the POTA website for that or not.
Water Flea, I like that name. Says PLA warps in my car.
Yes, same here. Found that one out the hard way with one of those old blue DV devices several years ago.
You want to test anything plastic, send it to us here in Texas.
Right, yeah. Arizona has the same problem.
Yes, sir.
Back to your APRS POTA, if you just changed your path, you take out the wide 1121, that would be direct. So they would have to hear you over simplex in order for that to work.
Oh, there you go.
That takes the digipeater completely out of it.
That's good. Which one? Both of them?
Yeah.
The 1-1 and the 2-1?
Yes, take both of them out.
Okay, take both of them out.
And then you would only hear it if you heard it direct. Just don't forget to change it back after you're done.
Right.
But you could literally call CQ with a CQ group message using APRS and doing it strictly over simplex without the digipeater coming into play.
So explain what the group messages are. You said that a couple of times, and I haven't heard this term before.
Okay, so APRS has a group message capability, at least most of the devices, not all of them. For instance, APRS Droid has not added this feature yet, but there are certain groups that are default in a radio. So like all the Yaesu radios have Yaesu as a group. But you can go in there and change and modify those groups to be anything you want them to be. Another one of the default groups is QST. So if you send a message to that group, and almost all the radios have CQ in it. If you send a message, an APRS message to CQ, anybody that is subscribed to that group will receive your message. So
and
if there's
local or just if it hits an iGate, okay.
Local.
No, local only. It will not go through the internet. If you sent CQ, you could light up every radio in the world.
Oh, yeah, that would be bad.
Right? No, that's what I want to do.
It'd be like those people at your job that say, please stop replying to all, and they keep replying to all. That's what that would be like. It'd be the APRS version of please stop replying to all.
My favorite reply to that is, to remove yourself off the chain, edit the subject line, and put delete me. Bypass all the filters and get it popping up again.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
But yeah, that's what a group message is.
Okay. Tank. You know what I'll do if that CQ worked and triggered all the radios at the same time. Oh, but it's not a voice message. I'll just put tank radio.
You just put it all in caps.
Yeah.
Thank you, Don, for the super chat.
Tank, if you want to have some fun, change your Mike E message to emergency.
Ooh. Yes.
Hey, okay, that's a good question. Explain to me what Mike E is. Because I'm confused. I've heard a couple of different definitions.
It's some compressed format that really never took off. Basically, you can put a very short message in there. The defaults are things like in service, out of service, returning. Right. But there's also an emergency feature, and Frank, I was joking about that. Don't do it unless you know what you're doing. I actually did a video on it.
That's how we learn, right? We just do things and see what the hell happens.
No, that's like dialing 911 to see what happens.
Don't try
do that.
It.
Yeah.
No. If you go in and turn on the Mike E emergency, it will literally light up every APRS radio, including those through a digipeater, not an iGate. And it will give a special screen on there. One of my radios, I think it was the FTM 400, had a flashing red border around it and said emergency message. So you're literally lighting up every single radio around.
That might just be useful information to have if you need to get a message out.
If you actually need that.
It is. I did a video on it. I think the thumbnail was like alerting 100 mobile or 100 radios at once. But it's in my APRS playlist.
Awesome.
I'm replying to all these messages from my phone right now.
And by the way, if anybody else is curious how I tested that, I put all of my radios on another frequency. I did not do it on 144.390. And then the radio that I was transmitting from was on a dummy load. So that's the safe way if you want to play with it. But make sure you turn it off before you go back to the main frequency.
Nice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Nice. Don, thank you for the $10 super chat.
It was kind of cool to see it work.
That's cool.
So you can, so if I was to send, in fact, I'm going to do that right now. If I was to send Frank a message, I would send it to List. Is that right? Can I send what's that store and forward one that we were just talking about?
Mail.
That's right. Mail. So I will send, because I send a message to Mail and I put APRSM. And it comes back and it says you don't have any messages stored.
Yeah, that's if you're checking your messages.
Right, yeah.
You can also just put AP mail in your comment, and anytime you beacon, if you've got a message, it'll alert you. Or actually, it goes ahead and forwards you that message. But you send it to mail, and then in the beginning of the body, you put the @ symbol and his call sign, a space, and his message. And the mail system should reply and say, message left for Tank Radio.
Do you have to put a SSID, a dash number after it?
No.
Okay. No. All right, so I'm sending that right now. And you should see it pop up on the screen. At KG5HJ, testing during the live stream.
I have it enabled now.
You will not. You probably won't see it, Frank, until the next time you are near an iGate.
Okay.
Well, and he either has to check for that message or he has to have AP mail in his comment.
AP mail in the comment, yeah. Okay.
One of those two.
Send a message with AP mail.
Message left for KG5HJ. Mail just replied to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Frank, in your APRS comment, you have to put the word AP mail. Alpha Papa mail, all one word.
Oh, God. It's sending a message on this thing. It's bad. I forgot. And I did settings on here that I can't reproduce on the phone.
Hey, and another... Oh.
What?
Another cool one. Somebody sent me a message. K1BWO-14. Another cool one, Frank, is to put WinLink in your comment.
Mm-hmm.
If you do that, if you have any pending WinLink messages, it will alert you through APRS.
Yeah, don't message me through WinLink. I don't have that set up yet. AP mail.
Do you have a WinLink account, Frank?
No.
Oh, you totally need to do that. I thought you had one. All right, so Jeff, Case S0JD in the chat is asking, is there a cheat sheet with all of these tricks? And yes, there is. And guess where I got that from? Jason shared that on an APRS anti-forum, or whatever the heck T.O. called it, at Huntsville last August, a couple months ago. So I took a picture of that, and I know I've got it here somewhere. There's my bourbon stash from the... there it is right there. There it is right there. All right, so here
I want to see the bourbon stash.
Well, no, I'm not showing you that. Okay, so right here, thought it was a good... Okay, so find will tell you when an operator was last heard. So if you send a message to find, and then so in the to field you put find, and then in the body, I guess you just put, do you put the @ symbol or just the call sign?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Find.
Oh, yeah, in the body you just put the call sign with the specific SSID that you want to check.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's yeah, in fact it says that right here. To find body call sign plus SSID. Who is will return the operator's name, class, and state. WX bot, get weather based on your current location. Repeat, get local repeater info. That's cool. I didn't see that one. I don't remember that one. MPAD, Mike Papa Alpha Delta. Too much to list. See this page. Okay.
Yeah, that has got a lot of different commands you can send to it. I was actually looking for, and I can't find it, that web page.
Is that where you got this?
No, well, I created a web page. Oh, you know what? I think people can scan that QR code.
How about the QR code right there? Yeah, yeah. So
and that should take them to that particular web page.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Scan the QR code on the screen right now, guys, because people are asking, how do I get that? This one was cool. ISS. You can get the next ISS pass based on your location if you send a message to ISS. I thought that was pretty. You satellite guys should be constantly checking that. AN server does group messaging. APRS Thursday uses this for check-ins. I did a video on APRS. I've done a couple of videos on APRS Thursday. And then join group, CQ group. Leave group is U group. List returns which group you belong to, that kind of thing. So yeah, scan that QR code on the screen right there. I'll leave that up there for a minute or two.
I'm going to drop another link in the chat.
Okay.
It's got a lot of various APRS information on it, links to videos that I've done, and that talks about some of these different services and things that you can do.
Awesome. Yeah, this is really helpful. I mean, I that's why I took a picture of this cheat sheet that Jason had at the Hamfest. I was like, man, there was a lot. I had heard of about a third of these, and there was several in that. Like ISS, I'd never heard of that before. I've done APRS Thursday. I knew about the group. In fact, I've been sending group messages. If I think about it, I'll get out in the truck in the morning and I'll send a CQ message to around here, and I'll just say good morning Mid-Cities. And some guy the other day, I guess it was 2 days ago, I got a group message and he goes, "Happy Friday." He sent it to CQ. I'm like, yes, people are starting to send group messages in my area. So, does that work with APRS Droid? So, yes, but not direct. So APRS Droid cannot receive group messages, but it will. Like the mail command works fine with APRS Droid. I don't know about the rest of those, but if you go into the log, if you click on the log icon and you see all this stuff scrolling by on APRS Droid, it will show you a group message in the log. It just doesn't show up in the message list. I'm hoping that's something that the APRS Droid guys add soon. I would very much like to see APRS Droid support group messaging. The repeater command is neat. It's there. Is there one only for hospitals or any nearby locals? Don't know about that.
All right, I just found the link to that page and put it in the chat in case somebody couldn't scan the QR code.
APRS bots? Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, there we go. Sweet. That's it right there.
I have hundreds of web pages published, so it took me a minute to locate it.
Yeah. I got you.
Let me mute that guy. That guy's talking about bots.
I have not, Jordan. I have not.
There you go. There's the thing.
I've not tried ISS through APRS Droid. You know what? Let's try it and see. ISS in the call sign list, and then the message just needs to be. Body is next. Oh, next, like next pass. Okay.
Yeah, it should work because you're just sending a message. Is all you're doing.
Right. All right. So,
In fact, anything listed on that page should work with APRS Droid. The only thing that doesn't work correctly right now is group messages.
Okay, good. Good to know. Okay. Yeah, you see how that does that sometimes? It'll like lose connection, then reconnect. They claim that that's the browser doing that. I don't know. Sometimes it's still working though, because I'm still getting messages, even though the web page says that it's not connected. Like it'll come right back. It'll refresh itself. There it is. Yeah. See, I just sent ISS next, so it hasn't acknowledged me yet, but it's gone out over the internet, so it should come back in a minute. Yeah, and Jason, you've got a deep dive APRS Droid video, don't you?
Yes, specific for the NA7Q fork.
Right. I was watching part of that the other day, and a lot of really good APRS Droid's very, very powerful. It does a lot of stuff. So you can't message the ISS yet with the iGate Mini. Okay. Next. Wonder why that is. KB4KTH. There's Joe Brett again. N0RXG. Howdy from the Digipie. KF8DZM. Got your message too. What APRS client do operate on the Panasonic tablet in your truck? APRS Droid. APRS Droid. So in fact, I have a little man pack that I've built. I haven't done a video about it yet. That's probably going to be something I'm going to be using at the hunting lease next month. I have a Gigaparts bag, and I took that N7500 VGC radio, and I bought a new Android, a dedicated Android tablet, and I put all that together. And I'm probably going to add an Edfong roll-up J-pole to it. And
I had that in a pack for a while. I had a 2-meter pack, and that was in it. And it still works good.
Yeah. So I'm just going to use that as a portable APRS station. You can, with APRS Droid, you can set it up to work as a digipeater. You can set it up to work as an iGate itself, if you're out of iGate range or whatever. So you can do a lot of different stuff with that. So I'm going to, and then I'll have a tablet. And what I want to do is put one of those in the truck and have the tablet on road trips, have the tablet running next to my RFinder tablet, which is running my mapping software, but then have APRS Droid running 100% of the time on a road trip so that someone messages me. It'll also do, that setup that I just described will also do, since it's Bluetooth TNC, it'll also do WinLink. So you get in range of a WinLink gateway, disconnect APRS Droid, change your frequency on the radio to the WinLink gateway, to the packet WinLink gateway on 2 meters, or 440, I guess, and open up WODE on your tablet and check your WinLink mail while you're on the road.
Well, I mean, you're already running an iGate on Starlink. You might as well build a WinLink gateway as well to put in a truck.
Yeah, they frown on that. They don't like mobile WinLink gateways. So
No,
I mean
they
that.
don't.
No,
Why
I want to do that. I legit want to do that, and I
Is
want
there
to
a reason?
run. I don't know. I'm sure there is. I don't know what it is.
They want the nodes that are listed on the web page to be up 24/7, pretty much.
There's a way to get it to where you can apply to use one in like a temporary setup, like an emergency situation. Like you could like after Hurricane Helene, they would have let you deploy one in that area. But I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know what the stipulations behind that are, but there's a way to do it, but it's not a full-time thing. It's like a temporary deployment type thing. So, okay. Well, I think that this is. Yeah, I didn't get a message back from ISS Next yet. Does it have to be on the ISS frequency, or you can do that on?
No, you do it on the standard frequency.
That's what I thought.
Remember, these are services, and these services can go down.
Yeah.
I tried to send a message to WXBot the other day and never got a reply. And I know it wasn't my system because I sent another one to MPAD and got a reply immediately.
Gotcha.
The next day I tried it again and it was back up and running. So, I mean, all of these services are running on a computer. There can be glitches.
Right. Okay. Good.
Or it's getting slammed right now because everyone's trying to do it.
Or we've sent 268 people over there, and they're all doing it right now at the same time.
After my MPAD video, we literally crashed the MPAD server.
See?
Yeah, so that is a thing.
I've crashed the Pactena site before. I'm proud to say. Pretty proud of that fact, actually. So, yeah, know what that's like. But, right, Colin, that's correct. I wasn't sending a message that, so the ISS has its own APRS system, server, repeater, whatever, and it's on a different frequency. And you can talk to those guys or send messages to them or whatever, but you got to get on their frequency. That's not what we're doing. That's not what I was trying to do. So, all right, well, this
Jason,
has been,
I just got a reply from the ISS immediately when I sent that. So double check, make sure you didn't fat finger something. Because I sent it to ISS, I gave it next in the body, and it tells me AOS will be passing overhead in 6 hours and 40 minutes. So it'll give you whatever the next satellite is, I believe. Or maybe that's just, I can't remember exactly what the information is on that. But it did tell me 6 hours and 40 minutes from now.
So I see an ISS message on my iGates screen, but it never came through on my APRS Droid.
Collision?
Possibly. It says pass, it's got a bunch of garbled gook in it. 66W message for pass. I don't know. Huh, okay. Yeah, it's probably, and I'm sitting here sending messages to a dozen people at the time, so that surely that's not going to present a problem, right?
No.
No. Sheesh. All right. So yeah, fun with APRS. It does work. It works very well, actually. I really like APRS. In fact, I sent an APRS message. I think it was I sent it at Dayton. I think I sent it at Huntsville too. I was like, "Hey, all you guys on Meshtastic, why don't you get on APRS? We do a lot more on APRS than we can on Meshtastic." So, but yeah, it's a fun. I have fun with it. Yeah, now ISS is sending messages to my server, but they're not coming through on my Droid. I don't know why. So, okay, no worries. All right, so yeah, you guys use the APRS. I will be monitoring my APRS. I've pretty much, like I said, I've said on several videos, I carry this with me just about every day. If I'm at home, I'm not usually looking at it much, but yeah, Jeff, we were already talking about APRS and Meshtastic. We talked about that earlier. And yes, we can do both. GP Mech 7, absolutely, yeah. I was doing both. Some people were doing Meshtastic and not APRS, so the people who weren't doing both is who I was talking to just then. But yeah, this but I pretty much carry this with me when I leave the house now, and I'm running APRS Droid on it, and it's working really, really good. And now that I've got all the messaging and stuff working in the truck, this gateway is going to go back in the truck tomorrow, and I'll be on APRS messaging a lot more. In fact, I've had my Yaesu FTM 500 not beaconing, but the APRS modem's on. It's just I just turned the beaconing off, and I receive group messages and individual messages, and I've been doing that pretty much since Huntsville. Also, I don't think I've turned that radio off since Huntsville, and I've been really enjoying the APRS traffic and activity that I've been getting on that radio since then. So that's been working really well too.
Sweet.
Yep.
Nick is asking, does that radio have a built-in TNC? I think he's asking about the
yes.
BeanTech.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has a Bluetooth TNC. It sure does. Mm-hmm. It absolutely does.
Sweet.
So, yeah. So, somebody, Nick, somebody was asking me the other day. Somebody sent me an email. They're like, "How do I get that to work? How do I connect APRS Droid to my FT5?" And I'm like, as far as that goes, FT5 is no better than just a Baofeng radio, because it doesn't have a TNC. So there's a difference between a radio that has APRS menus, which this has that too.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
It's got a TNC. It's just not accessible to the user.
Right. Correct. Yeah. I mean, like a KISS TNC, right? Like one you can connect to. So it's got its own internal TNC that the Yaesu menus can work, but you can't connect to it with an external device. It doesn't have an open TNC. So, and FT5 is there's nothing wrong with an FT5. It's a great radio. You can message from it. It's kind of cumbersome in the menus. I think the D75 and D74 have great APRS menus. I think those are very good APRS menus. But the D75 74 also have an open KISS TNC, so you can connect to it via Bluetooth and run APRS Droid, or you can do WinLink also. So unless your radio has an open TNC that you can connect to, either via USB on the bottom of the phone, or USB on the radio rather, or via Bluetooth, then you're better off getting a BTEC radio, a D75, or like a MobiLink 4 Bluetooth TNC, or a DigiRig. DigiRig's probably the least expensive option. You can get a DigiRig Lite and connect it to get the cables for the specific radio you've got, and then connect it to your phone via USB-C, and you can do all of this stuff. Dennis had that set up running at Huntsville. He had a DigiRig Lite connected to an old Yaesu 2900 or something like that, and connected to an Android tablet, and he was beaconing APRS with that, with the DigiRig Lite at Huntsville, so you can do it that way too. There's multiple options, but this one is definitely one of the easiest options, I think. I think it is.
Sweet.
Any other suggestions?
More whiskey.
Yeah. When will we see a BTEC version of the N7600 mobile? That is a good question. I'm kind of surprised they haven't done that yet. I do not know the answer to that. But I've got the VGC. I've got the 7500 and the 7600 both.
You're harping back to earlier. You're talking about pushing channels over the next milestone. I'm only, I'm yelling at myself, 30 away from 7,000.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Nice. 30?
30.
30. Well, we got 250 people watching here, and
so head over to Tank Radio.
Share the link, Frank.
Go ahead, subscribe, and
30 more subscribers. That's good.
Before we hit 7,000. Also, a little channel news. Coming up this week on the 23rd is the Tank Radio meeting. It's the highest subscriber member level on Patreon and also YouTube. We'll have a meeting and we'll just sit down and talk with all my tank commanders. That's fun. And I can't really wait, and I'm so bummed I failed at it, to give a shot or give a try to my antenna system that I built from scratch. It's just, it failed, and I forgot a tripod. We'll see if I can find some time this week, but I probably won't.
Well,
I thought that'd be great, going to the park and having this blessed with a support your park weekend. Ugh.
Yeah.
Nope.
Totally.
Did not happen. Sweet. I'm getting. I got about 5, 6 subscribers. I need to watch the live count.
I have to agree with Don on this one. Frank's problem is that he won't get on All-Star. If he did, he would have more subscribers. I think I agree with that. I think I agree with that. I think that's a very good point. Very good point.
There's so many repeaters around me that already have DMR and all the other backends. It's not All-Star, I give you that. But I think All Star shines when you're in the boonies, and that's your only way to get out.
Yep.
So I'm not a denier.
Mm.
I'm being practical. Practitioner?
Okay.
No, that's something else.
No, that's something else.
Did KMD enjoy the live stream? I think he ducked out as soon as he saw what it was about.
I think everybody on the live stream tonight in the comments needs to send K8MRD an email with a link to this video.
Yes,
that's good.
Yes,
yeah. I'm gonna send him a message just because I can.
Isn't that K8MRD at iCloud.com?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
But do it through the email over HF because he does have that set up.
Oh, that's true. We could send it through WinLink.
Yeah, I can send him a WinLink. Yeah,
most definitely.
All right, Jason, what's coming up on your channel?
An offset attenuator will be the next video out.
Okay.
Offset attenuator. Ooh.
Yeah, what's that do?
I'm surprised at the number of people that don't know this.
No, I don't.
It helps you when you're direction finding.
Yeah, so it gets you. It puts you just off frequency, and then you can attenuate the signal.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. See, okay. Frank knew.
Okay, makes sense.
Frank knew. Frank knew. It's in the name. Honestly, I do want to build an attenuator. Did you get a kit or did you custom design this?
They are $35 built already. It was like $27 if I bought the kit.
Can you send me that link? Because I will love to put that together on my channel.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And then I'll drive up to, what is it? Don keeps yelling at me. The Richardson Club. The Richardson Club does the fox hunts every weekend.
There's a few clubs around here that do that, but yeah, good.
I think the McKinney Club also does that. Kilo Quebec 4 Quebec Charlie Juliet says he sent a KAMRD a wing link message via APRS email about a month ago. Got a response back.
He does check his WinLink mail.
He does.
He does do that. That's true. So, good.
I told you. I know. I got another couple subscribers. Woo! We're going up. Only 15 away now.
Good.
He's getting there.
Getting there. Jason, thanks for joining us. I know it was last minute, so I appreciate you jumping on tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I never turned down APRS discussions.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, yep, but this is fun. So, yeah, like I said, I'm going to be monitoring this more lately and or coming up, well, in the future. I have been lately, and I will continue to do so. So you guys get on APRS and send me some messages and whatnot. Send me a WinLink also. KC5HWB-2 is still showing in Huntsville. I may have
because he sent you a message, or you sent him one. It will show up on his or it will beacon out in Huntsville. It wouldn't ordinarily, but because you guys exchanged a message, that triggered it.
Huh. That's weird. Okay.
Yeah, it took me a little while to figure that one out.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the grid, I'm Echo Mike 12. That's where I'm at right now. So
no, it's because you guys exchanged a message.
I see. Okay.
Interstellar Starman. I do new content every week on my channel. So, and I think that is pretty good. A live stream one week and a video the next. I'm trying to come up with good ideas to release short videos again, like I used to have a video a week. But the smaller intermediate videos, the numbers are just poor, and that's why I stopped doing them, because I thought it was degrading the value of the channel.
I hear you. I've done that before too. So, all right, guys. 73 to all. It's 8:30. I don't know if Paul's going live or not. Check out Pam Paul's channel. He's usually going live about right now on Sundays. He was in the chat earlier, so he's probably wandered over to his own channel by now. So you guys go check him out, and we'll see you on APRS this week. Later.
Later, y'all.
7-3.
7-3.